What's up, YouTube? Brad Hoover from Rants here. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. All right, so the Matrix Resurrections producer says there are no more sequels planned, which really isn't a shock. I think it made 22 million in 5 days, which really underperformed. Um, you know what? I enjoyed the Matrix films to a certain extent. I'm not going to say I'm a gigantic fan of it. I thought the first one was decent. The other ones I watched, but I will say this: it feels like decades since the last one, and it's been a while since the last one. I thought the last one had an ending that fit the story. So the idea of them going back and trying to, I don't know, get another story going. Um, I I didn't think it would work really to begin with. I didn't think it would necessarily do this bad simply because of name recognition. But I will admit, I kind of had the same feeling when it come to Ghostbusters Afterlife. I felt like that movie could fail simply because um, the story was already perfect as is. You didn't really have to continue it. You didn't have to have Ghostbusters 2016. And so continuing on a story just feels like money grab in a lot of different ways. So I kind of felt like The Matrix Resurrections was kind of that to a certain extent. So I'm kind of glad that they're not going forward, at least at this moment, with with more sequels. Because at this point, I kind of feel like when it comes to the Matrix, and it comes to Keanu Reeves, when it comes to his career, he's had great success with other, more prominent film series. Like John Wick. John Wick is excellent films, and I think it's more modern day. It fits who he is right now. He's in his late 50s. He's not that young superhero um, like he was back in 99. He wasn't that. He's not that anymore. He's 20 years past his prime. These movies feel like he's past his prime. It really did. I felt like Matrix Resurrections really was that. And there was, to me, a lot of things that was wrong with Matrix Resurrections. I thought not bringing back some of the cast was a problem. I thought it did feel like a money grab in a lot of different ways. It felt like the story was complete. Why go back and change it? And I didn't really like some of the newer characters that they brought in as well, or some of the changes that they made with old characters. I didn't really like that as well either. So I'm kind of glad that the producer, as of right now, is not planning on sequels. Um, but it would not shock me in the future if we get another Matrix film. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I personally don't like when they make movies because they feel like they have to make movies or that they have nothing better um, to do than to take an old franchise that really was perfect the way it was and to try to create something new with it. And I used to not mean this way. Star Wars got me this way. Star Wars got me this way because I was like, you know what? We had the original trilogy, and then we come out with the prequels, and I was all excited about the prequels. And then I just, when the sequel trilogy come out, I was like, why do we even need this? Like, the story's been told. Don't go past that. If you want to do solo movies over various different things, that's fine. If you wanted to do a prequel to The Matrix that didn't have Keanu Reeves, maybe told, how the robots kind of took over and the destruction of the world and so forth, that would be maybe an interesting movie to make. But as far as taking the current timeline and continuing with that, I feel like no, don't do that. Keep it. They should have never made this movie to begin with. It was a cash grab, and they need to learn their lessons from it. And they need to, realize, hey, you know what? We had a good run with this. Now let's try something new. Let's do a solo movie, maybe, like I said, a prequel to it, or something that is different, something that maybe mixes it up. But as far as going down the current timeline with it, I'm like, not really interested in that at this point. And I'm kind of wondering if Keanu Reeves at this stage would be interested in continuing on with this, this franchise, because I kind of feel like he's done his part. Let's move to something different. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think. Did y'all enjoy Matrix Resurrections? Do you feel like they should continue on with the current timeline with the current cast? Or do you feel like they should just kind of leave it as is, especially since it didn't really have a good reception by fans? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.